Jamar Chase said it best when it comes to Joe Burrow's injury and him playing the first couple of games of the season. Here's what he had to say. I wish we would have done that from the jump, Chase said on Monday, but we live and learn. He was indicating there was some truth to what he had to say about sitting Joe Burrow early. Obviously, Jamar Chase said, hey, listen, if you guys sit out to week 5, that's okay with me, as long as, you're there for the important games, which obviously is the second part of the season. Because the first part of the season, don't get me wrong, is very important, but we have 2 AFC North games. Obviously, we played the Browns, we played the Ravens. Then we have a 4-game stretch, which is 3 NFC teams, 1 AFC team. The Titans on the AFC team. All 4 of those games very winnable. Then we have a bye week. Come out of our bye week, and we get into our important games of the season, right? Then we play the 49ers, the Bills, the Ravens, the Steelers twice, the Colts once, the Vikings. The Vikings game doesn't really matter, but I'm going to put it in there. Obviously the Browns, obviously the Chiefs, right? So, hindsight being 2020, it definitely looked like a good idea to do exactly what Jamar Chase said. Sit him for the first 5 weeks of the season, let him fully rest and recover, be 100%, and now you have him ready for the playoffs. We talked about this in 2 videos today about possibly putting him on IR or possibly, not playing him. And go back to the channel if you want to check those videos out and kind of get a general gist of what I'm talking about. But, yeah, he's not wrong. He's not wrong at all. Now, here's what the whole situation was with the press conference today for Zach Taylor. So Zach Taylor was asked about Joe Burrow's injury and whether or not he'll be ready for Monday Night Football, and he said it's hard to say, which automatically prompted every single sports betting website to go from -8 points going into this game for the Bengals to -2 points. I mean, it was like insanely crazy how many sports betting websites were like, oh wait, hold up, that's a thing? Cut him down. Cut him down instantly. Cut him down instantly. Just get rid of it. Just get rid of it. Just don't point a big spread on this game because it's very possible that Jake Browning plays this game or Will Grier plays this game, right? So that caused so much uproar across the board. Now, this could be a competitive advantage in all honesty. But again, like I said before, Joe said it himself. He's not 100%. And he is sore, and he's going to have to recover, and he doesn't know how long this recovery process will be, and what the process will be like either. So it's a mess. It really is a mess at the end of the day, right? Now, in that press conference, he does continue to say, first of all, we have to hear what the doctors have to say before we start assuming anything, Taylor said. Once we get that information, we have those conversations and figure out what we're going to do, right? And he's not wrong, obviously. We could speculate on injuries all day, every day, and kind of say, oh, this happened, or this is going to happen, or this is the best scenario on how to deal with this problem. But at the end of the day, none of us are doctors. Neither is Coach Taylor. Neither is, the higher-ups in the Cincinnati Bengals locker room. Neither is Joe Burrow. So we do have to kind of wait and see what ends up happening with the doctors. Now, I don't think that he re-aggravated or, got another grade 1 sprain of his calf, but there is definitely a problem with his calf. And there's no questions, I doubt about that. He was clearly in pain on the sideline. He had problems holding his calf, and it's a mess, man. It's an absolute mess. He continues to say, I feel like we had a great week of practice last week. Taylor said he's the only one that can answer how he's truly feeling, but you got the sense that it was really good. I didn't get that sense at all, in all honesty. I got actually a very negative sense of it was not good what we got from how he's feeling, but I guess that's just my personal take on it. He said to just take Burrow at his word when Burrow did say that, he would have came back in that game last week. And that, he's going to be taking it day for day at this moment in time and see how it, heals and how it feels after a couple of days of rest. But there's no easier, there's no easy way to put that, right? There's no easy way to put this in any way. He did say, like I said in the beginning of the season, health is the biggest thing for our quarterback and for the team, period. Chase said, stay healthy. We're playing a long season. It's what the whole thing was about for us. So, yeah. And again, like I said, you got to give Jamar Chase a lot of credit here because he was the guy who, it was kind of like ironically funny how like the stuff he was saying, because it was like, oh yeah, there's no way, Joe Burrow's not going to play the first 5 games of the season. But in a way, it was almost like he was just spitting straight facts. He was like, hey, listen, you don't have to put him out there. You don't have to risk his injury. You don't have to risk his health, right? There's no reason to do it. And he was very clear about that. And I know me and a lot of other people took it more as a joke, like, oh yeah, he's just being him. But no, I think he was actually spitting facts at the end of the day. And again, hindsight is 2020 now, but looking back at it, yeah, we might need to listen to Jamar Chase moving forward on a lot of different things. I think Jamar Chase has set the staple, set the tone of, you got to listen to the guy. The guy knows exactly what he's talking about. We already knew he knew exactly what he's talking about, but it's just the context of like, now it's like, maybe we should listen to someone who actually dealt with a hamstring injury. Oh, it's not a hamstring, a calf strain themselves, right? But then you had all these other analysts coming out and former players saying, oh, I've had a calf strain. It's not that bad of an injury. It doesn't last that long. Obviously, we're talking about grade 1, obviously, but not grade 2 or 3. But grade 1, and it doesn't last that long, and, he should be fine. There should be no problem unless there's some setbacks or unless there's things that we're not hearing about that's happening. Like, there was all these questions, all these theories, all these things going on, and it's a mess, man. It's honestly a mess, and now we're kind of sitting here and sleeping in the bed we made, as they would say. We're sleeping in the bed that we made for ourselves, and I think we'll be fine. But it's gonna be a long season, man. It's gonna be a long, long season. We're gonna have to continue to fight, continue to bounce back from this, and I just hope we don't make a mistake like pushing him out there, risking him, and causing problems for the rest of the season. Because again, no matter how this season goes, you can always recover, and make the playoffs as long as you have your starters out there for the final stretch. The Steelers last year, they almost made the playoffs as the last 8 games of the season they won. And they started off awful and terrible. They won the last 8 games of the season, and then they went ahead and almost made the playoffs, right? So it's always possible that you can make the playoffs even if you start off bad. But you got to have your stars for the final 8 games. And those games for us are going to be the toughest games of the season. So tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys next one.